Hello, everyone. We are here again with our ninth episode of Girls Tech Talk. And today we are just going to show you a demo and a little bit information about infrastructure as code using Bicep. So Bicep has came very recently in Microsoft Azure world. And if you guys has already used ARM template, you may be aware of it already because you already have started looking into it. For the new people who are yet not knowing this, what it is like, we'll just show it out. It's more user friendly in perspective of using and in the development. So I'll just go into a demo and then maybe Shrima will show you about how it is useful and what all you can do using Bicep. So let me share my screen. Yeah, so for my demo, I'm using Visual Studio Code. You can use any ID if you want. It's very easy to use. Just like Terraform, you have to install the Bicep extension and then you can start working with it. So if you go to extension, if you just search Bicep, this is the extension which you have to use. This is going to come up with all the details and along with IntelliSense. So once you are done with this, just make sure you install, like you copy this bicep.exe somewhere and then add it in your environment variable so that you can have the biceps command running from anywhere. So you can use it from command line also. For my demo, I'm using Visual Studio. Now, since you are done with installation of Bicep, all this is going to do is, if you create a new file, for an example, I create one my bicep dot main dot bicep. And I keep it somewhere here. Okay. So you see this bicep sign is now available over here. So it's like your bicep is now ready for the file. Now it comes up with pretty much all the IntelliSense. So if you want to create storage, okay, so you just have to write storage and you will be able to get all the details. So it says like this is a this resource is type of storage account where you have to mention the SKU, name, location, and everything. For this demo, we are just going to keep it as simple as possible. So I'll have it is like resource group dot ID for my location, resource group dot location for my location, and then name I'll give it hard coded as of now. It will be something like str TikTok. Today is 19. Okay. Much. Okay. And that's it. Like this is all you have to do for creating the storage account. Now, if I go to terminal, how do I? So let me reshare my screen. Yeah. Now, if I go to terminal, I'll go to my this location where I have my main.bicep file. It's pretty much like your Terraform. And I'll do one install bicep. Yeah. Sorry, AG bicep install. Okay. It's done. And now you have to log into your Azure subscription. I have already logged in. So all I have to do is now I have to deploy this in my Azure portal. So I'll just use normal CLI command, which is Azure AZ deployment group. And then I'll give my resource group name. Now, if I go over here, my resource group name is Tech Talk. So I'll just mention this one. And then I have to mention my template file, okay? Which is main.bicep. Bicep. Now, if you see over here, my resource group is pretty much empty. So I'll run this command and it will start reading this file, and then it will start deployment. So location, it is going to take it from my resource group itself, and then it will start performing the deployment. Okay, so it started running. While this is going on, I'll show you a few more things. So you see this over here, this is kind of a visualization of your Azure resources, which you are going to deploy using this Biceps template. So right now you see only storage account. Suppose you want something more, like for an example, I want web apps to be available. Then I'll have web apps over here. And similarly, I'll have something like this, like resource group. Again, I'm just for the ease, I'm giving like this. And again, I'll give a web app name. Okay. Now, right now, both of these are pretty much independently running. Even if it's from the same templates, both of these are independent. What if I want this web app to be deployed only if my storage account is deployed? So what we have to do is I have to mention depends on, and then I'll mention storage account. Okay. As soon as you do this, you'll see that web app is actually depends upon storage account. So this is pretty useful in terms of understanding how your biceps is going to be deployed, like how the resources are dependent on each other. So now it's done, the deployment is done. If I come over here and my storage account is created. So yeah, it's that easy and you can use it now. I can show you for this as well, web service. For web app, I also need app service plan. So I need something app service. App service plan.
One
Yeah.
comment. While you are giving the app service, I really like that Bicep plan that is what you have in your left hand side,
Yeah.
because sometimes what happens, for a developer when they starts working on the resource group, and then so many resources and few of them has only limited knowledge like which one is communicating with what, and this actually shows us that that knowledge, like, okay, so this is my web app and it is communicating with storage. Because
Yeah.
if the project is already running and someone came and don't know like which of the services is communicating with what, then it's very hard to visualize that deployment or visualize the services that is running behind our web app or API app. So
Yeah.
it is pretty useful on that context.
Yeah. So this is one of the very useful thing when you are working with biceps, specifically in Visual Studio Code. So you can actually visualize the whole, your whole platform, how exactly it is going to look like. And then you can create these templates along with all the code, and then you are good to go. So I did the same thing again, since my app service should be existing before my web app is installed. So again, I did a depends upon, and then you can see like web application only we going to get deployed once storage account and app service plan is ready. So right now it's running. Once it's done, I'll be able to see my web app and app service plan as well. More on this, we can also use parameters, and okay, we have something as failure error
I
deployment.
think this storage account name we have not changed. So that could be an issue, right?
No, what do you please see? Cannot find server form with web server ID. Okay, yeah, I got it. I have to change this as well with this one. So it will be something like .id, because it need to be coming up from here. Okay. So
Okay.
this is what we need. Yeah. So what I was saying is when we are using this, we can also use parameters. Right now for the ease of demo, we are actually have hard coded everything, but all of these you can actually take it from parameters. You can mention over here, and then you are good to go. So let this run. This time it will run because I don't see any other parameters or anything which is not available. So it will take the farm ID from this one once this is deployed, and then we'll be able to see everything in my Azure resource group. Meanwhile, I can just go over here as in the start when I said like you have to install Bicep. So if you, yeah, so you have to go over here and you have to install this one. So you will get one of the install Azure CLI on Windows. This is the one which you need for running all this. And then you need a Bicep exe, which you have to install, which I'll show over here, like something like this. Okay, let me go back. Yeah, since you are doing it from Azure CLI itself, you can also do it from here. Actually, I had done from here itself. So all you have to do is AZ Bicep install, and then if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade this one. Now we are done with our deployment. If I go to my Azure portal, I'll refresh it down. And yeah, now my app service plan as well as my web app is ready. So yeah, it's that easy. You can use it now and let us know how it's going.
One quick one.
Yeah.
We have not changed the storage account name, but it is still deploying, right? So we
Yes.
don't have to. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. It's just like since it's getting deployed from the same template, it takes care of whether it is already deployed or not. So we don't have to worry about. Even from the pipeline, it can run multiple times. So next up to you, Shrima, you can tell us more about Biceps. I just made you host, so you can share your screen and talk about it.
Thanks, Tara. That was a great demo, and I really liked that plan. And then, when we do like ARM template, we generally delete the resources and then create it, but Biceps handle it. And then quick one, like what I want to show. So basically, if you see like with the little bit planning we are doing for these shows, like we are trying to showcase like infrastructure as code deployment. We have shown ARM template, Terraform, and Biceps. So I just want to cover like when is what. So it's basically it's pretty. I would say like when we started in Azure, we worked with ARM template, and then when we worked with hybrid cloud environment, and then we see like Terraform is the main IaC language that can do that to do that task. Like it is not only for Azure specific.
Yeah.
And then comes the Biceps. And so the question is like when to use Biceps and when to use Terraform. So if I am working on a project which is having already resources that are deployed using Terraform, so there is no point of using Biceps there. But if I am creating an environment which is going to be hosted only on Azure, or if there are IaC pipelines which are using ARM templates, then to upgrade we can say like okay, Bicep is helpful here. So and Biceps and Terraform both are kind of, I would say, like a similar type of writing that I am using. ARM template is more about JSON, but Terraform is Biceps more mainly about like it talks in a structured way,
Yeah.
and I'm not writing that many of JSONs. And there is something like okay, this is I found like they compile. We can use this is a command, decompile command. What it does, like when we have any RM templates, and we can actually create the Bicep file and then run the deployment using it. So if I just go here, so this is the command for the compile command that I can use to create an Bicep file from an ARM template file. And also there is an Bicep playground. It is from Microsoft. What I can do here, if you see, they have some sample template. For example, if I want to create an APIM with MSI identity, so it is going to create the template for us, and we can quickly copy this template, and use it in our pipelines or use it in our deployment.
Yeah.
And one of the other thing that I want to show, which is very useful if I am migrating from ARM template to Bicep. So basically for ARM template, we already have those files, or basically we already have all those ARM template files. So how do we convert them quickly to Bicep? I can select it. For example, last week we have demo with this ARM template on storage account, and I can create the Bicep file from this. If I just decompile,
I guess it's not yet loaded. Yeah.
is it? I think it's done.
Hmm.
It's again opening the same window. Yeah. So this is the storage account deployment file, ARM template deployment file I have used on my right hand side, and this is the Bicep file that we have. So basically, if you see, like it's not. I would say it's not very hard job if we are going from ARM template to Bicep. The
Yeah.
things that we have to take care of or check, like what are the parameters, or what are the configurable values I am changing in terms of my Bicep file, in terms of Bicep file deployment.
Yeah.
So that's it
Yeah.
for today. As you see, like it was very straightforward, and like
And simple.
we just
Simple.
finished
Yeah.
like how we are going to deploy infrastructure as code from command line or VS Code. So next, I think we will be thinking about bringing DevOps and how can we do all of these things from our DevOps pipeline.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure like how uh, our viewers are using this platform, but I would like to say, like if you guys come across any issues or any problem that you are facing, try to reach us. We will whatever the informations we have, we can share with you. And if you are facing any issues like production issues or some interim help, we are open for that. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So that was a nice insight. I personally want to tell about Bicep is like if you were already with ARM and still want to move to new templates and don't want to use Terraform for now because your application is only on Azure platform, Bicep is really useful, specifically in terms of development ease. So you can start using Biceps. You can, as Shima showed, you can decompile your existing ARM templates and you can actually move on to Bicep. So in all these terms, you can start using Biceps now and then let us know how it's going. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd like to know the issues, like that this is not working while doing it, so we can have our thoughts into it and see like what are the challenges others are facing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.